What's happening, YouTube? Chilling at home after work. About to go to the store. But before I do that, I wanted to take some time, keep going with sharing which practices have really made an impact on my journey, on me going inside. And one that I've stuck with now for over a year. Actually started last October. I remember my friend and I were driving back from a festival in San Diego. It was actually right after the Las Vegas shooting, and I'm from Vegas. That was like a weird fucking time. But I remember we were talking about meditation, and I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna start now. I think it was like October 2nd, and that's more than a year ago, like a year and 3-4 months ago. Since then, I've pretty much stuck with meditation. I started with just 10 minutes every night or every day. And then I upped it to 15. Now I do 20 minutes. And what is the benefit? Meditation, for me, it's helped me realize that I'm not every thought. That I'm not my thoughts, that I'm the thinker of the thoughts. I'm the one who chooses to attach or not attach to the thoughts, but it gives you a little bit of distance between my friend Jay, actually, this dude I hung out with, I think just once, but he and I were talking about meditation. He said, yeah, it just gives him a little bit of a buffer between the thought popping up and him acting on it. And that was a great way, that's the perfect way to put it. That's what meditation has allowed me to do, that when a thought pops up, instead of me, if it's a thought of jealousy, if it's a thought of anger, whatever it is, just gives you a millisecond of distance between you and that thought, and gives you the opportunity, or gives me the opportunity, to make the choice as to whether I want to attach to that thought and continue. And sometimes I'll, and this will just come with practice, I guess, but I will go down the rabbit hole with the thought. If I'm thinking about something, it just feels good, I'll just go with it. And it could just be, fantasizing about something, about travel, whatever. But I'll just run with it because it feels good, even though I know my ultimate goal is to no longer think. My ultimate goal is to just be. Because the mind, this is what you realize, your mind's fucking nuts, man. Like, the mind is just going all the fucking time. And if you let it, it'll lead you down some crazy fucking pathways that you don't have to go down. And that's what meditation does for me, and it's really allowed me to take a step back and not be my mind, not just be every fucking thought that pops up. And all I do when I meditate, I guess this is Vipassana, and a book that I read that has helped guide my meditation is A Gradual Awakening by Stephen Levine. And I recommend this to friends. Definitely Ram Dass's book, Be Here Now. That's like my favorite book of all time. And that one is beyond meditation. Be Here Now. I think it's called Be Here Now, or Love Serve Remember. I think it's called Be Here Now. But that is beyond meditation. That is your spiritual path. That is your life. That book. And I just get more and more of it every time I scroll through that one. But A Gradual Awakening talks about meditation, and the way I practice it, I just focus on the physical sensation of the air going in and coming out, and I focus on just the area around my nostrils. And generally, maybe 2 or 3 breaths in, I'm already in a thought. But when I catch that, I bring it back to the breath. And invariably, I drift off again, come back to the breath, drift off again, come back to the breath. And a great way that I've heard this put was by Aubrey Marcus. He's a friend of Joe Rogan's. He owns On It with Joe. I think Joe's partner in it, but Aubrey Marcus. He has a podcast. I'm reading his book right now. He's a psychonaut. He's into psychedelics and is really articulate about his experiences in the spiritual realms and the mystical realms. So check him out, Aubrey Marcus. His podcast is called Aubrey Marcus Podcast. But I'm pretty sure it was him who said that every time during meditation, you come back to your object of focus. So for me, it would be my breath. When you come back, think of that as like a curl for your bicep, right? Or a contraction for a muscle, which is working out. Every time you drift off, you come back. It's exercising, right? You're exercising. You're becoming more aware of your mind. You're becoming more aware of your thoughts, and that's kind of how I think of it. And I think transcendental. And I'm not an expert on this. I just do it, but I think transcendental usually involves coming back to a mantra. So if for you it is, love is everything, just keep coming back to love is everything. Drift off, come back to that. Just kind of keep repeating that thought in your head. So I believe that's TM, but I haven't done that too much. Headspace app, that was something that helped me also get started. But I would definitely recommend meditation. I'm sure you've heard it from a million times, but the biggest benefit is just that little bit of buffer between you and your thoughts. Got any questions, hit me up. Peace. Know yourself.